What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Profit Playbook Podcast. I'm Dayani.
I'm Michaela.
Alan Ramos.
Man, and I'm happy to be here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend.
Yeah.
No,
Happy Father's Day,
Happy
too.
Father's Day.
Yes, to all the dads out there. And, guys, after episode 1, we've been getting a lot of good feedback. People want to know what Bitcoin is and all that good stuff, which is good. You guys want to jump in these markets. But before we talk about Bitcoin, we have to understand what money is. So, Michaela, Alan, at its core, we understand money represents value, right?
Believe so, yeah.
Yeah, we do work for someone. We receive money for the value that we gave them. But over time, value has taken many different forms. I didn't know this. Salt, wheat, shells, and gold has all been used as a medium of exchange.
I remember that, yeah. Back in the day, it used to be gold and silver, right? And then it'd just be like, it would be like a barter system, right? So it'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll give you a few cows if you give me like gold and silver. I think that was the exchange before, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And then in order for something to represent value, people have to trust that it's going to stay valuable and they're going to be able to redeem that value over a long period of time, right? But something happened. We ended up changing the trust model. We ended up trusting something to trusting someone, right? Over time, we didn't find it too cumbersome carrying around heavy bars of gold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
So paper money was invented, and here's how it worked. The government or bank kind of came in and was like, hey, we'll hold your gold, aka your value, and we'll give you guys paper receipts. Not only are we going to give you these paper receipts, you could buy goods with these paper receipts, and anytime you needed your value back, you would take those paper receipts to the bank and they'd give you your gold, right? So we used paper, aka money, as convenience, and it was just way easier to carry, right?
I think a lot of people are in on that because, I think what we'll talk about here in the next segment. So people are, so strapped for cash right now. And that's why I hope, like in the next topic, what we're going to talk about later on in this episode with me and Michaela, is how credit is important.
Yeah,
credit,
exactly.
How it should be utilized. But of course, we'll talk about that. But
exactly. But due to complex macroeconomic changes, the paper and gold bond was broken. So basically, the government came in and said, "Hey, we ourselves are going to be liable for the value of paper money. And we, the people, continue just to trade money that were backed by no commodity." Why did this work? Because of trust, right? Trust basically is how we got fiat money. And for those of you who don't know what fiat is a Latin word that means by decree, right? Meaning that the currency, euro, or any other value has value because the government says it does, right?
See, that's why I kind of like doing this podcast, is because I've always heard it. And now I finally understand the meaning. I mean, I could have just looked on ChatGPT or AI. I guess it's easier just hearing. I would hear fiat, so
yeah, exactly. And no, you're right. And this is known as legal tender, meaning like the coins or banknotes must be accepted if the offer is payment. Yeah, right. And so the value of today money comes from a legal status given it to it by a government, aka an central authority. So the trust model changed from trusting something to trusting someone, right? All right. But money has a couple main drawbacks. I'm sure we know this, right? It's centralized. You have a central authority that controls your money, like your bank, what we talked about in the previous episode, right?
Yeah.
And money, as we know, it's not limited by quantity. The government could just print a bunch of money whenever they want to.
I was just talking to Michaela on that before this episode. It's just like a lot of people don't even know. I believe somebody said it was $445 million.
Wow.
Is printed every day.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's wild. And they also said that's like 26,000 shipping containers in a year.
Ooh.
Now imagine that
Crazy.
on a daily and yearly basis, right?
No, exactly. Yeah, ship that, yeah.
So I mean, that's what we talk about, right? It's just like, okay, if we're printing so much money, that's why the dollar is being devalued.
Right.
It's because they're printing so much.
Yep.
We were just talking about Michaela.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so important for Bitcoin, because what we're going to talk about here in a few, is Bitcoin has 21 million in like, its quantity. There's only 21 million Bitcoin in the world. That means it cannot be printed. It cannot be, and that's why it's valued on where it's at right now. It's at like, I remember years ago, back in 2013, it was like what, 5 or 6 grand?
Yeah.
I don't know, don't quote me on that. 5 or 6 grand.
Yeah.
And then where are we at today? $111,000.
Yeah. No, exactly.
That is nuts.
It is. No, facts.
Okay.
No, exactly. And then because of fiat money, like Alan was saying, fiat money.
Fiat. Now, I'm gonna start
Alan
to
was
say
saying,
that now instead of money. Right?
The move to digital money was simple. We already had a central authority that controls the money, so why not make it digital, right? Today we use what? PayPal, Apple Pay, Zelle, and various other forms of digital money.
You know what I think about when you say that is just like I think hardly people really use cash. I haven't really seen it.
No,
have you noticed that, Michaela?
Yeah.
All mostly debit, credit, Zelle. I mean, you don't physically...
Especially after COVID.
Oh, yes.
Like everything was just like on your phone, Apple Pay, whatever.
Exactly.
Like,
and they didn't even want to touch coins.
They don't
money,
want to touch anything.
Nope.
No, wait, speaking of coins, I think they stopped printing pennies, right?
I think so.
Pennies?
Yeah, no more pennies. No more pennies.
Which is so sad.
Which is super crazy.
But that's what's like... That's when things are getting crazy.
Yeah, no, to your point. Yeah, the amount of physical money in the world is getting negligible and smaller each day.
Yeah.
And so with the move to digital, some people might be asking, well, if we're digital, what's to stop me from just printing a dollar bill file and printing it 1,000,000 times and giving myself $1 million? That is a problem. That's called the double spend issue, right? And the banks, the solution the banks have to stop the double spend issue is a centralized authority. They basically have a bank ledger and a couple people that watch it, which, you know what I'm saying, you kind of, you got to kind of trust them that they're not doing that, right? But so this solution is basically centralized on a bank's computer. There was many attempts to create different forms of digital currency, but none were successful due to the double spend problem. Like no one could create a different form of digital currency without a central authority stopping the double spend issue, right? So back to the centralized money issues, right? Continue. Whenever you give someone control over the money supply, you're giving them enormous power. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? So basically, when banks have a mandate to create the flow of money, they basically have unlimited amount of control. And then they could do a bunch of things that, we the people don't know about, right?
Now, do you think that's why a lot of people are putting their money into cryptocurrency right now?
Yeah.
Just because there's no middle person? I said, like we talked about in the last one, if it was me and Michaela, passing along, it's just like a peer-to-peer transaction, right? Instead of the middle person, which is the bank. Because a lot of people know it. When you put money in the bank, that's the bank using your money for other things, right? For loans, auto loans, home loans. And then it's just losing value over time. Because of inflation, all the cost is going up, right? So I get what you're saying.
And then I hear too, the banks, when you deposit your money, they don't have to keep all your money, right? They call it fractional reserve banking, where they only keep a little bit of your money.
What is that one again?
Fractional. I think it's called fractional reserve banking or something like that, where the money you deposit, they don't actually have to keep it. Like to your point, they invest it and give out loans, right? And to me, that's corruption. I mean, it is. An example of how power corrupts can be seen in the Wells Fargo scandal, where employees created
I saw that.
bank accounts.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, and credit cards.
What's that about?
Millions unauthorized bank and credit card accounts in order to inflate the bank's revenue. They did that for years.
Wait, that's
I don't know if I saw that one, but I think I saw someone when they were taking people's money out of their accounts. But like pennies or nickels. And they couldn't even tell, right? But then if you think about how many customers Wells Fargo had.
Oh, that's crazy.
They're making millions upon billions of dollars.
I have to check my account after this.
You're still with Wells Fargo?
No, not with Wells Fargo.
Oh, man, I was like,
but still, that like freaks me out because you really just don't know. Like, you just let it sit there and you have money, but then it's like you're not really
paying attention. Now imagine the people who had like millions or like 6 figures.
Right.
And they're not going to pay attention to every single penny or nickel or dollar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had that with one of my buddies, Reggie Batts, who was, my mentor. He still is today, but he does motivational speaking. And his accountant was actually taking like a few cents or even dollars at a time
Wow.
for 5 years.
Wow.
And then I think it amounted to close to like $87,000. But he didn't know, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But that's
wow.
how crazy if the people don't pay attention to their accounts.
Yeah.
Like me, I don't care what people say. I check my account on every transaction.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm checking, like, even if I bought like something at Winco or something, I'm checking it.
Damn.
I'm checking.
Okay.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, exactly. And then another reason why central authorities and banks are kind of like, is the mismanagement of money. Like, for example, the bank could just print a bunch of money to save an institution or another bank, right? Kind of like what they did in the 2008 financial crisis, right? And, what the problem with doing that is you erode the citizens' money when you do that. It's not necessarily that things are getting more expensive. It's just that the value of the dollar is just getting lower.
losing it.
It's
Lower,
lower and lower. Like, exactly. You ever remember going to McDonald's? You get 4 cheeseburgers for $4 from the dollar menu. Now they're about $3 a piece. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, oh my
when
gosh,
you
what's
say
going
that,
on?
Deani, it just really shows how old we are.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
all
exactly.
I was just telling Michaela my age, and it was just like, "You're really how old? Really?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Yeah, I remember when it was $1.99 Happy Meals."
No,
No, exactly.
the dollar store, right?
Yeah,
The 99-cent store. It's not even
$1
It's
anymore.
$1.25.
It's like $1
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's due to the government printing a bunch of money. An extreme example of this is in Venezuela, where the government printed so much money, people aren't counting no more; they're weighing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like, I went to Zimbabwe and they actually sell, it would say like 3 billion
Oh wow!
dollar bill, but it's
Oh,
like
wow.
worth nothing.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then they'll try to sell it to you, but it's a cool little like trinket to bring home.
Yeah.
But it's like crazy. Like, that's how much value is on the piece of paper, but there's actually no real value.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
That's what I want to get with people with Michaela. Sometimes we don't know where she's at or if
Oh my
she's
God.
out.
Oh man,
Did she
yeah,
just
it's living
say
the
that?
life.
Oh yeah, when I was in Zimbabwe.
Stop. No, I'm just trying to say that's all over
not
the world.
everybody can say that here though.
Yeah.
When I was in Zimbabwe,
Don't.
it was like 3 million, 3 billion. Like what? I want to be like
It's
Michaela
a worldwide problem.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I'm
exactly.
saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then no, exactly. And then, like I said, we crypto and AKA Bitcoin is because, like you said, the bank has control. When you put your money in the bank, you're giving away all your control. The banks can freeze your accounts and do a bunch of things.
They have so much
whenever
power
they feel-
over your money, which is crazy.
Exactly. Remember when Kanye, he said a few questionable things and he became a billionaire to a millionaire within seconds, right? Accounts frozen and a bunch of stuff like that. But that's why fiat crypto or Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying? They it'd be a lot harder for them to do that.
Right.
So another thing is, even if you just decide to use cash, the government could just ban your legal status of your currency and be like, we're not taking it anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? Like, they just have so much control. And I think this was done in India back in 2016. So, I mean, it happened there. It could happen here. I mean, see, I hope it doesn't get that extreme, right? But no. And this is why, like I said, Bitcoin and crypto is important. Just when we thought all was lost, right? 2008, a document was published online by a guy calling himself, you know his name, Satoshi Nakamoto. It basically,
So Satoshi was the one who
he created Bitcoin. Yeah.
And nobody knows who he really is.
Yeah, his identity or
Nobody
anything.
knows.
Oh, I
No,
see.
To this
Okay.
day.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he basically created a white paper basically showing a decentralized way to do money, and Bitcoin stops it helps with the double spend issue. Like, you can't have the double spend problem with Bitcoin. You can't just print a bunch of money whenever you feel like it.
Yeah. I wish I could do that.
Yeah. I wish we could, right?
Yeah.
And so Bitcoin is way better. Let's just compare Bitcoins to the bank. Like Bitcoin is way more transparent than the bank. Like I could sneak on the Bitcoin's ledger and see rows of transactions, incoming and outcoming. I just can't see the names behind the transaction.
Yeah.
The bank's ledger, we can't sneak on the bank's ledger and see where they're spending their money, right?
Yeah.
Damn, we'll go to jail if we hack that and see that, right? So that's why Bitcoin.
But they can see everything that we do.
Yeah. So Bitcoin
Wow.
is just a transparent ledger without a centralized authority, and that's where we're going, and I'm glad we're going that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, giving power back to the people. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
not also just that. I think the next topic is important as well too, is credit.
Yeah.
I know Michaela is really good with credit, and I can explain my thing. When I was 18 years old and I didn't know nothing about credit, nobody teaches you about that,
No.
right?
Yeah.
No.
Man, I felt so like awesome when I got my first credit card. It was like $500, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I said,
Your first
oh.
limit, you're like, damn.
I know, damn, $500, but $500 back then
Yeah.
was like a lot at the
Right.
time.
Yeah.
So I think I bought a couple pairs of shoes and 2 outfits.
It would be shoes
And
and,
then-
outfits.
Hey.
This guy, I believe it.
Yeah,
I
as
believe
far
it.
as he is, yeah.
Why
I
you
can
guys,
tell,
why you
yeah.
guys putting me on the spot like this? So anyways, shoes and 2 outfits, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this is easy.
Mhm.
And then I think I just paid like the minimum, but then that's where you go wrong right
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
It's because when you use credit cards, they charge interest, right?
Yeah.
And I think
yeah.
today now, probably where it was before, but it's at like 25%.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you will not get charged interest if you pay
Pay the
for
full
it.
balance.
Yeah.
Pay the full balance.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think
exactly.
I ran that up, and it was so stupid of me. I mean, I ran it up all the way to 500. I never paid it off,
Yeah.
and then I just kind of got scared and didn't look at it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I know,
I hope those
but-
shoes and outfits are worth it.
No,
Yeah.
not really. It's only when you wear it once or twice,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
after
yeah.
that, you're done.
Yeah.
But no, I want to put Michaela on because
Yeah.
Michaela travels so much, and I don't want to say it at first. I was gonna do it in the
Oh,
beginning,
God.
but I want to thank Michaela again.
Mhm.
You know, she was in Vancouver just a few days ago.
Yeah. Living the good life.
And I feel like special because
Oh my God,
she would have been in New York, but she changed her schedule to be here with us today.
Appreciate you,
Of
Michaela.
course, you guys.
Yes.
Fun being
Appreciate
with
you.
you.
I mean, who said? I mean, like, yeah, I could have gone to New York, but then, I think I'll be in Europe for like a month.
Right?
Well,
no, I want to be like you when I grow
I'll
up.
go after we film the next episode.
yeah,
Yeah.
see, exactly.
Yeah.
But how did you start getting
With
into like
credit.
you know like
Mhm.
credit and stuff?
So I was like you, like
Okay.
no one ever taught me.
Yeah.
If anything, my parents were super against it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're part of that. I don't know if it's their generation or whatever, but it's
I
like
think
cash.
it is.
You know,
it is.
Cash.
it's like
yeah.
it's either you have the cash for it
Yeah.
or don't get it at all type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So to my parents, like they'd always pay for everything in
Yeah.
cash. But to me, with my credit cards, since I do travel a lot,
Mhm.
I use my travel credit cards. And
Yeah.
what people don't get is that you get points
Points.
for those purchases.
Yeah.
So as long as you're paying off your balance, you're getting these points. You can use these points for flights, for hotels,
All the
for
perks,
a bunch
right?
of things. And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't realize that. And I always tell my friends who are like, no, I don't want to open up a credit card. It's like, if you
Yeah.
are already going to make that purchase and
Uh-huh.
you're going to put it on a debit card,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
might as well put it on a credit card because then you're getting something for it.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is like, just pay off your balance in full. Then
Yeah.
you don't get charged with interest.
So you actually still get friends today?
yes,
that are
that
still get-
don't even have credit
That
cards.
is
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I was the same way. I think I got my first credit card when I was, 18 or 19
Yeah.
because of my grandma, right?
Okay, yeah.
She attached me to her credit.
Oh, yeah,
my
okay,
credit,
yeah.
shot way up, and
Yeah.
yeah.
and I get it. Credit's scary because you could just end up in a never-ending cycle
Right.
of just interest
Yeah.
and not being able to just come up due to
Yeah,
credit.
just don't buy too many outfits and shoes.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's crazy. It's like America's is a
Well, I feel she just singled me out like that.
Because it's true. People just have to be responsible
Yeah.
with it. Like,
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I get it. That was like your first time you're a kid.
It was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I think people get scared that they'll be like that. I think as long as you're self-aware and
Yeah.
responsible, then you can make your credit work for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
I love that.
So,
yeah.
You might as well use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when credit work, I really agree with you like 1,000% on that. It's just when I teach a lot of, because I work at the community centers and I teach a lot of the kids. We go to summer camp and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of the kids are older now,
Mm-hmm.
so and they still keep in touch with me till today. And they always say like, how can we start our own credit card? And it's like you said, it was never taught in school, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is I say start a credit card, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then spend a small amount,
Yeah.
pay it off
Right.
Yeah.
right away at
Mhm.
zero.
Yeah.
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 And then all of a sudden, in a few months, guaranteed, if you keep on doing that cycle,
Yeah.
do not use your debit card, use it credit on everything, right?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And I guarantee you, it's worked for me and it's worked for a couple other people that I've told. Your credit, your limit will actually go up.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think one of my kids before in the centers, he started off with a $2,000 credit card.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I think he's 19 years old today. I invited him, but he had Father's Day thing going on.
Yeah.
But now his limit is 10 grand.
Yeah.
And that's only off
That's
of like
pretty good.
8 months.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you kind of think of it that way, that is an awesome tool for emergencies.
Yeah.
But it's also, I mean, it's good to have. It's like, okay, if you have like a car repair, right?
Right.
You can afford it.
Flat tire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
perhaps?
flat tire.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
I'm really calling Alan
She's
out.
really
today.
calling me
She's
out
going on
today.
flat tire.
So for the people who don't know, I hit up Michaela and Manav and everybody, and I was like, hey, I was in Sacramento, and then I was like, hey, I got a flat tire. I'll keep you updated.
Mhm.
I mean, I got it fixed.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
my credit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. There you go. Shout out to credit.
But,
That's a credit.
but Michaela, she's getting on me today. But all right, all right.
Yes.
But yeah, what? Well, no, let's talk about Michaela now.
Yeah.
Oh,
where their hotel
No,
points.
my-
Yes,
Yeah.
and no, exactly.
Yeah.
Credit's important because you can't live in America without credit. Like
No.
you try and buy a car or a house,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they're gonna want to see your credit
Yeah.
history, right?
Yeah.
And that made me realize America's a debt-based system.
No,
like
it
they
really
make their
is.
money off debt.
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
right. It makes you think. So it's like, yeah, guys, credit's really important. Like Michaela and Alan are saying, if you utilize it the right way, you can make it work for you with points and rewards. You might be able to travel every week like Michaela. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like we tell people, any advice that we give, remember it's not financial advice. We're not
Yeah.
professional
Yeah.
financial advisors. But I say this is the stuff that worked for us.
Yeah.
And we're just relaying this information to you
Mhm.
to see if it'll work for you. Again, do your own research.
Yeah.
But all we're doing is at least giving you that lifeline
Yeah.
Right.
to
Yeah.
at least try.
So, yeah.
But a lot of people just nowadays, like I said, a lot of people are just scared to invest, scared to open a credit card.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're still stuck in that system.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're always going to be in that system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, I tell Dayani all the time too, when we get people to invest in crypto, consistency is key.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like
so,
that, yeah.
like I said, like Starbucks or whatever, cut that off, do something
Mhm.
like that, $5-10, like I talked about in the episode.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have that patience to just wait.
Right.
They want instant
Everyone- yeah,
gratification.
Quick
It is,
result.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think that's really important. And I feel like if you just stick with all the stuff that we teach you,
Yeah.
in the long run, you won't be living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And you'll have credit cards for emergencies for those situations. My
Right.
flat tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
What
Your
else?
shoes and
My
clothes.
shoes
Yeah.
and clothes,
Uh-huh.
if I wanted to. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it.
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's also different types of credit cards too, so I want to touch base on that.
Okay.
If we're like talking about how to make your credit cards work for you, like
Yeah.
I said, so like there's travel credit cards,
Mhm.
there's store credit cards, even like if you shop somewhere frequently.
I thought those
are
were
always-
kind of like the bad ones to get.
Honestly, okay, so I have a few friends who started off with those to
Uh-huh.
build up
Oh yeah.
their credit.
Okay. Yeah.
So that really helped.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Because they are the easiest. to get.
exactly.
Is that like a
Okay.
secure
Yeah.
credit card? Like kind of the ones where you put your money on and then you kind of use
no,
it?
no, 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 no.
Okay, okay.
No, like it is just like a regular credit card,
Oh, wow,
but you
okay.
can use it in certain stores.
Oh,
only.
just
like
at
for,
that store.
for like Nordstrom, for
Yeah,
example,
okay. You got the
or like
clothing store.
Neiman Marcus, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think those are really good starter ones, especially
Mhm.
for the girls, you know.
Yeah, right?
But
Of course, Michaela.
Mm-hmm.
so, but then yeah, so there's travel ones, store ones. there's just so many to choose from, and some of them also have different yearly fees. So that's a good thing to also keep in mind.
Okay.
Like, see what would work for you and what would make sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, over time, like, for me, I love the American Express Platinum card. Like, that's my favorite travel card.
Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone always complains that it has, like, a high yearly fee. But the thing is, I use it enough for it to, like, pay itself off, if that makes sense.
No,
like, I have, like global entry comes with it. Like, that's, like, with TSA PreCheck. You get, like, a credit on, like, hotels, credits on travel, sometimes, like, shopping. So I think people just, like, need to keep that in mind. Like,
how much is the yearly fee for that?
For that now, I want to say it's, like, $700.
Okay.
$695 maybe.
Okay.
Remember what we talked about in the car? Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad. You know that real, like, the sound where it's like, how much was dinner?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I think, like, if you're going to travel a lot, then it works because you get, like, lounge access and stuff like that. So for me, that's why I use it, because it's like I'm spending the money, getting points, getting lounge access, getting, like, all these things. So it makes sense. You can even get like airline credit cards even if you stick to a certain one that you like. I actually don't have one of those, but
really, as much as you travel.
I know, but I don't know. I like just choosing whatever is the cheapest. Really. I'm not really like, oh, I have to be with United or I have to be with Delta. So just whatever, like, makes more sense. Really. But that's what's good about, like, most travel cards too, is that you can transfer those points to those different like airline accounts. So it's like you're not tied to just one.
Oh, that's true too.
So that's what I like.
And here I am thinking I'm doing something because I got a cashback MasterCard. You know, I get a few dollars back on each purchase, and then I'll use that to either pay off on the credit or the money goes straight to your bank. So
I love my Marriott Bonvoy card because I stay at mostly the Marriott hotels, and I get back points on there. Sometimes I get, like, the free rooms. So I think there's
like
always
the Ritz in Half Moon Bay. I'm really calling
back in Disneyland.
Oh God, talking about me.
Now I feel like both of them are getting on me because I was just talking about it with them. Be like, why you gotta put it on?
No, exactly.
So that's a good card too. Just like hotel ones. Basically, whatever, like, makes more sense for you in your lifestyle. Like, don't go too crazy. Like, we're not telling you to go crazy.
No, but how would you tell them though? Because I know so many people are afraid to start it. How do you get over that hump?
The fear, maybe.
It's just like fear of investing, right? But how do you get somebody's fear over credit cards? Because the first thing they always think of is be like, oh my God, I'm going to be in debt.
That's really hard. I think you just have to, like, know. Also, I think, you know what affects your credit score is, like, your utilization score, right?
Ooh, okay.
So you obviously should not run up your credit card all the way.
No, never.
Like, don't max
okay,
it out.
That's true.
So that's the thing.
Never
Keep
use
in
it at
mind,
max.
like, so I want to say, like, what, 20%? It's like 20% or something?
It used to be 30%, but what I heard now it's 10 to 15, even lower.
So
now.
I would say...
All right, I'm going to head out. No.
10, 15 you do.
Say, like, if you're scared, like, say your limit's like 1,000, whatever. Then keep it at that 10, 15%. Like, in your mind, be like, I shouldn't spend more than this. You know what I mean? That's how I see it.
I think it's easier.
You want to be safe.
I think it's easier said than done, though.
Because you know you have it. You're like, I want to run it up. But just don't run it up. That's the thing. It's hard, but...
I think they're saying, too, people aren't paying on their credit cards, and buy now, pay later is just at such an extreme that they're like, hey, man, you guys got to start paying.
I'm starting to see that now.
I didn't know it. I didn't know that buy now, pay later was a thing. Really, I was like, what? People, you could buy groceries with it, I guess. I'm like, wow.
And pay later?
And pay later groceries. I was like, wow. I mean, that just... kind of hurts my heart because, like, people are really struggling that much to where you're doing groceries.
So wait, you're saying that if you buy now, pay later, you could be still paying groceries from, like, a month or two ago?
I think up to 5 years they give you.
5 years?
It's man, it's
what
crazy.
is that? 5 years for food?
That's I'm just like, man, and
I'm telling you, I'm learning something new every time.
And that's why we tell you guys to invest. Like, a lot of people, I feel like they just give up. They don't want to invest. They're like, I'm in debt. I'm just gonna keep swiping this card. I'm never gonna be able to buy a house. But man, you just got to do it. Like Alan says, just cut some of those costs in half. Like I ask people, how much can you invest? For example, they say 200. I say, okay, you're going to put 100 in the market, and you're going to put that other 100 just for emergencies, because sometimes life happens. Instead of taking your money out the market in an emergency, you're just going to use that money you were putting on the side you were going to invest. And I tell people to use that strategy, and it works because it works for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, like I said, invest, because a lot of smarter people than us are going to say, if you don't have assets or anything, there's going to be a great melt up. A lot of people are going to be priced out of things. So
yeah, because if you think about, they're not changing the way people get paid, right? It's staying at a thing, but everything else is rising.
Exactly.
So that's why people are struggling on it. It's just because they can't keep up with it.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
So sad.
And it's unfortunate. It is. And that's something they don't teach us in school.
Nope.
Yeah, they don't. And like we said last episode, you really got to go look this way and be like, there's something's not right here. Let me go figure this out. So
and like we tell people here, like, also motivating enough people for whoever watching, like, to get to all of us, all three of us, where we are. It took like a lot of sacrifice, research, and do that. But I was there. Like I told people on this episode, I started off with a $500 credit card. And I ran it up on shoes, but it was a lesson learned, right? But I learned from that situation. And then I evolved and be like, okay, I need to utilize my credit more efficiently. And this is where it's at. And like, a lot of people don't even know this either. Once you get established on your credit, the banks see that like, you can be full on trusted with that much credit, right? That they're allowed to even give cash out of that credit, and it's like no interest on. It's basically like a loan, right?
Yeah.
But it's a good perk to have too.
Yeah.
It's just like, so that's what we just try to teach you all that are watching, this podcast, is we all started off from all different aspects of life, right? But we got to that point is because we studied, we did all this stuff, to how to invest and how to use credit, and this is where we are. Any average person can do this. You just have to have the will to do it, and you have to be consistent. I believe, like I said, consistency, patience, and also this one is all key if you want to make this work.
Yeah, exactly. And if someone once told me too, if depending on how much money you have in your bank, you could get a great loan from the bank, because you guys are basically partners, right? You have a bunch of money in the bank, they lend your money out. You could go to your bank and be like, hey, I need a loan, 2%, 3%. This is how much money I have. What can you do for me? So, I mean, those are benefits of, having money, saving it, and just not being under in debt and stuff, right? Being responsible. Like, the bank wants to see that you're responsible, that you could pay your debt off. And then two, guys, you can't stay away from credit cards forever, right? If you want a car, you want a house, anything now, they're going to be like, let me see that credit. So you got to do it. You just got to have the right people around you and just be responsible. Be responsible. And guys, like Alan said, there's only about 21 million coins, right?
Oh, yes. So talk about market cap and supply. I think that's important in investing too.
People get that.
So go ahead, Dayani.
So market cap. So this is how I invest in certain cryptos. Two things. I invest in cryptos that have a high market cap, because that tells me that there's real money behind them, and it's going to take a lot for them to fail.
For those people who don't know market cap, it's just basically the total money that's in a crypto. So if the market cap is over like $1 billion,
pretty good,
there's $1 billion in there. Bitcoin. But what a lot of people don't get is when, in order, say for instance, if it's at like $1 billion market cap, right? And the price is like $2. In order for that to double in price, it has to be over another billion. $2 billion.
Right? Exactly.
So that's how it kind of works. It's just like the basic math of it.
And what he's saying is true, and that's how we kind of find some of those crypto gems with small market caps. Like $2 million market cap, $500,000 market cap. With those low market caps, just you can sneeze money in there and those prices are going to shoot up, right? When there's a higher market cap, you're going to need a lot more money,
for price to action to go more higher.
Exactly. And that's why, back to Bitcoin, I was just saying earlier, there's only I think you said 21 million
21
coins, right?
million in circulation.
A lot of companies are buying Bitcoin. Like I said, this administration put crypto on the reserve, including Bitcoin. If there's only 21 million coins and these institutions keep buying, I feel like the average Joe is not going to be able to have a Bitcoin. Right? These institutions are buying them up, and I just feel like that's a great asset to have.
Now doesn't that tell you something, though, when big institutions are buying, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people are still saying it's a scam.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's right there on, like, open eyes, it's right there.
Yeah.
But people are still skeptical.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I think Downey, probably a point here is because a lot of people think crypto is a scam. It's just because it's not
tangible.
They can't hold it in, right? So it'd be like, how does it go on value when I can't even hold it?
Right.
But you got to think about it with debit and credit.
You don't see it.
You don't see
it's literally a number. Like,
no, it's a number.
On the screen.
On the screen.
But that's all it is.
Yeah.
But same with Bitcoin. You could see how much you have, how much it's worth
true.
on the screen. So
I think, crypto is just, a lot of people are so scared because there's so much negativity on it.
Yeah.
And it's so new.
That's what I was going to say. So I think at the end of the day, everyone's always just scared of new things, change, like all that stuff. Everyone wants to just do whatever has been working, I don't know, for the longest time. But the thing is, the dollar is not getting...
It's like I said earlier, it's not backed by anything. It's backed by... the government itself. Like there's no commodity that's behind the dollar.
But
like I said, they could just
scary though.
money.
Yeah, it's
like
really
your
scary.
bank account could be zero if you wake up.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
And it's just like they could just change it. It's just
they could
digital.
take it. You say the wrong thing, they freeze your account, take your money. And that's why I feel like a bunch of companies are buying Bitcoin. I actually got a list. I know you guys know who MicroStrategy is, right?
No.
I think that's Michael Saylor. He's a billionaire. His company, they own 582,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah. I was about to say, who
yes,
has
that's
the
a
most?
lot.
Like,
Mara Holdings, they own 49,000 Bitcoin. Riot Platforms, they own about 19,000. Galaxy Digital owns about 12,000 Bitcoin.
Crazy.
And Tesla owns about 11,000 Bitcoin, right?
Also, Tesla even owns some.
So you got to think, once these companies see all these top companies that hold Bitcoin and watch their revenue stream go up, these corporations are going to be like, I need to get some of this Bitcoin too. Like I said, the average Joe's not going to be able to have a Bitcoin. So, like I said, 100,000. I feel like Bitcoin's going to 10 million plus. Dude,
I was just about to say your price prediction. You took the words right out.
Yeah, it has to go to. Like I said, all these people are buying, and once these institution regulation comes and they feel more comfortable to buy, dude, the price is going to.
You said how much again?
I feel like it's going to go over 10 million plus.
10 million for one? That sounds like a long time.
Probably in the next 10, 15 years. I only say that because, like I said, MicroStrategy, they're buying a bunch. All these companies I mentioned are buying a bunch. Regulation's not here. These are companies that are just taking the risk.
Right.
And these companies that are sitting on the sideline are like, damn, their revenue stream is going up. We got to do something.
Yeah.
So the amount of Bitcoin on exchanges is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. That's why I'm going to try and give me a whole coin. If I,
how much their Bitcoin was worth, like when they first got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now
still
it's
keeps
like,
me up at night. What was the price of
crazy.
Bitcoin when you seen? I seen Bitcoin. I think it was like $5,000. And I'm like, oh, it's too expensive.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's when the first time I heard about it. I was like, oh my God, that's a lot. And then now I'm like, oh, it's
that crazy. No.
Yeah.
When that crazy guy bought how much 2 pizzas, 2 large pizzas.
Laszlo. His name is Laszlo.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Now imagine how that guy feels.
How he feels.
And then someone actually bought the pizza with Bitcoin, right? Yeah. And then
so crazy.
And then there's a couple people out there too who have wallets they can't get into.
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yes. It's just
that would be crazy.
Bitcoin is one of the best performing assets in the world. It's proven.
It's crazy where we are today on crypto when how many years ago from now how it was just thought of be like, oh, it's a scam.
Right.
And now so many people are buying it. It's just, it's exciting and kind of crazy at the same time to see how far it's grown. And I bet you, Michaela, too, you're hearing it from us, but also I bet you hear from your husband as well, too.
Yeah.
How he talks about Bitcoin and be like, did you get, so we got to say on the last episode, did you buy some yet?
Yeah.
No.
I gotta talk to Weston.
I think I did a long time ago on Robinhood.
You did text me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I have a little bit, but I feel like I should get more.
That's good.
I'll let him handle it.
No, me and Alan talking about that. The wifey doesn't really invest either. So they leave it up to us. But I'm like, if you were to invest too, you had your own investment thesis.
Oh
my gosh.
Both of us. I'm
We'd be making, But it's okay. We'll do it. We'll do it for him, right? We'll do it for him.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I feel like crypto is just, I express to everyone, buy. I get it scary. People kind of call it a scam because they'll buy the top when the news tells you and the price crashes 80%. They're like, oh, it's a scam. But, if your news and your grandma's talking about it, it's kind of late, right? You got to buy when there's red out there, when it's scary. That's when I buy. Like, me and Alan always text each other when the market crashes. We're like, hey, I'm buying too. Like that's how you make the most money, man. You just buy when there's blood in the street. Warren Buffett said it, right?
Yeah.
You stick to what he said, you're gonna do okay.
And I think I want to be like Michaela. I'm gonna go to Zimbabwe.
Yeah, look at you. Yeah.
Or Vancouver.
Yes, with these profits, Vancouver. I'll be able to, right?
Yeah.
No, you know what? Before we like wrap it up and stuff, I just didn't even know like all the stuff that you could do with all this stuff. Like Michaela started talking about heated floors.
Yeah.
In hotels, like.
That's
See what money does.
See what money
heated
does,
floors
exactly.
and rainforest showers. You said.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to talk about hotels and everything, Michaela.
Yes.
Michaela.
And how to get a lot of them for free too.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And then before we get out here, I want to mention too, like for people that still think crypto or Bitcoin's a scam, there's a couple merchants that offer Bitcoin. I mean, that you could buy things with using Bitcoin, right? Yeah. Tongue twister. The first being Microsoft, AMC Theaters. Starbucks through a mobile app called Spending or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, you could.
Yeah, you could buy goods through that app. AT&T, PayPal, of course, Twitch, Home Depot, Expedia. Hey, Michaela, you like to travel. Tesla, of course. And
I think we need to stop because we're getting Michaela on every episode.
Right?
She's like right in the middle, be like, stop, guys.
Right?
I'm like both sides. I'm like,
right?
After this episode's done, I'm gonna jump them both.
Right? And then Whole Foods markets. You can, if you have a certain app that they offer Bitcoin in.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot more stores and companies are going to start accepting crypto for payments because, like I said, there's only with these cryptos, you can't just print a bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these cryptos have just a certain supply. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, these prices are low now. If these cryptos have a fixed supply, don't you think if this is going to be the new financial system, some of these cryptos have to be at a higher price, right? So, something to think about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining the Profit Playbook podcast, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Appreciate you guys.
That was fun, and I promise not to pick on Michaela.
Yeah,
yes. And if your algorithm brought you here, thank the man upstairs. And a world full of podcasts about man versus women, what a man should do, what a woman should do, all that blah, blah, blah. You found here. Here to, strengthen your pockets a little bit. Yeah, we ain't talking about that craziness on this podcast.
Where did that come from,
Here you go.